Welcome to the Write It Down podcast at Home Edition. I'm your host, Brooke Murata, bringing you one-on-one interviews to challenge, inspire, and encourage. Up next, we have former Miss Kansas, Megan Bushell, on the show today. She's also co-founder and CEO of Defy, along with Terrell Davis, NFL Hall of Famer and former running back of the Denver Broncos. They launched Defy. It's a Black-owned, women-owned, and veteran-owned company. It's a performance and wellness-based company that helps athletes and other consumers reach their full potential. They've also mainstreamed a line with CBD products in it to help people in their recovery. I'm super excited for Megan's interview to air because she is so encouraging and she is just so electric and energetic in all that she says and does. So you know what to do. Sit back, relax, and get your pens ready because this is Write It Down. Welcome back to the Write It Down podcast. I'm your host, Brooke Murata, on the mic with Megan Bushell. Megan, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely, Brooke. Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to hear about your story. You are former Miss Kansas. You're absolutely beautiful, but you're more than just a pretty face. You're extremely hard worker, and you are a co-founder and CEO of Defy, along with Terrell Davis. So tell us a little bit about that journey. How did that start for you? You're really a boss, babe. So I'm super excited to have you on here to share that part of your story.
Oh, well, thank you so much. It's so funny. If you would have talked to me, 6 years ago and told me, fast forward, I would be living in Denver, having launched a consumer packaged goods / CBD company with Pro Football Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, I would have said that you were absolutely crazy.
Nice.
So it's funny how kind of life takes these twists and turns that you could never, ever expect.
Yeah.
It really came about because I met Terrell Davis through my previous line of work. I was in the sports technology media space, living in Southern California, and met Terrell through that venture. And we just became friends, and kind of through the process, another gentleman, Bo Worley, was how I met TD. And through the process, I just kind of came to learn how TD really struggled with pain and inflammation on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to say, you don't walk out of the NFL when you retire, you get carried out.
Yeah, really though. They get hard. They get hit real
Right.
hard. Yeah.
Exactly. So, to that point, he was no different. He's had over 30 surgeries throughout, his career and post-career. He has no cartilage in his knees. And so he was just dealing with a lot of pain and inflammation on a daily basis. And sort of through the grapevine, CBD, hemp-derived CBD, was brought up in a conversation. And I was not a cannabis consumer. I didn't know anything about cannabis, let alone hemp and CBD. But I'm kind of that dive into the wiki hole type of person. If I find something intriguing, I just Google the heck out of it to try to research it.
Yes.
Exactly. So I just kind of dove into the wiki hole and started reading. And this is back in 2016, 2017, very early stages for the industry. And there wasn't a lot of information available, but I was reading World Health Organization reports and finding that this is something real. This is the potential. If it's real, it has the potential to change and improve millions of lives. And so that's really what inspired kind of the journey of Defy. And fast forward, it totally transformed TD's life. He's back down to his playing weight. He looks like he could be on the Broncos field today, which Lord knows they could use him. So
that's funny.
But it really just inspired us because there was no gold standards in the industry, and so we set out to create that gold standard brand that consumers could put into their body and trust, knowing that we had the absolute highest level of quality control, brand control, and also great tasting products. And so fast forward to today, we've launched a full performance. It's really a performance health and wellness company. So we have a line of portfolio of products. Both some have CBD in them and some do not. Actually, the vast majority of our products do not have CBD and are actually distributed nationally now.
Wow. Okay. So for those listening who don't know the difference between CBD, hemp, THC, just because you rub CBD oil doesn't mean you're a pothead, all of those different stigmas. So explain a little bit to the audience what CBD is and then how it can actually help with inflammation.
Sure. So CBD is a derivative of the hemp and cannabis plants. And it is the non-psychoactive component of the plant that really helps. It acts as a natural anti-inflammatory. So it can help with really reducing inflammation, which can lead to, inflammation helps with stress, anxiety, pain, injury, et cetera. And so helping to essentially add that into your body to help reduce inflammation, it can help with all of those things. And really, it's on a personal basis. You know, it has impacted TD's life really dramatically because he had so much pain and injury to recover from. Other people have used CBD to help with stress and anxiety, especially throughout the pandemic. Some people have used it for sleep. So it really is a holistic, natural, plant-based alternative to helping with a variety of things.
Okay. Yeah. And so what I also think is super neat about it is not only do you have the CBD component, the more niche component of it, it's also something that anybody can enjoy. It could be like the new Gatorade or whatever brand is out there that people are really driven towards based on marketing and just timeliness of it being around. And so it's really cool about y'all's brand, I can see, and even just on your website and the things that are promoted, is you guys are really you guys have a broad audience. You're not just, hey, you know, if you played in the NFL, this is good for you. You're marketing to everybody. And it piques my curiosity because I like to run a lot.
Sure.
I like to lift a lot. There's people at my gym that are constantly struggling with certain things like that. My parents play tennis. Their whole team is always, you know, rubbing Tiger Balm and CBD oil all over their body.
Yeah.
And so it's just really cool that you guys have really streamlined this process. So a little bit with you, Megan, you have a background in pageantry, and you're former Miss Kansas, like I mentioned before. So there is more to pageants than just being beautiful. There's a lot of things that they look into. So kind of give us who Megan is in a nutshell.
Sure. You know, it's kind of funny. It's hard to answer that question because I have a very eclectic background. You know, I'm a Midwest girl from my roots, grew up in both Wisconsin, Texas, and Kansas, but I claim Kansas is home. That's where my family is.
Okay.
And, you know, I got into pageantry actually in college as a freshman in college. And that was really inspired because I was not your athlete. I did play volleyball in high school, but I was not very good.
Yeah. We all played volleyball and we're not that great. Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But what I really was passionate about performing. So I actually was really heavily involved in both the drama and choir departments in high school.
Oh, wow.
I was straight out of Glee, you know?
Yeah.
But I wanted to be a professional singer when I grew up, but I had a horrible stage fright, actually. And so my freshman year of college, I was a double major in both voice and entrepreneurship. And my freshman year of college, a family friend was on the board of a local pageant and invited me to participate and to compete. And I didn't know anything about it. But I knew that it would force me out of my comfort zone. It would force me on stage to perform in front of a live audience and to speak. Right. And I knew that that would help advance me towards my goals. And so I really just kind of jumped in head first and pushed myself out of my comfort zone and really fell in love with the Miss America program. Yeah. And so I ended up competing all through college and serendipitously won Miss Kansas 2 weeks after I graduated college. So It was an incredible experience. Yeah. Most people don't know it's a full-time job when you win a state title like that.
Yeah. Okay. So what are some of the responsibilities that are involved with being a Miss Universe, Miss Kansas, Miss America, all those, and with pageantry?
Sure. So especially in the Miss America system, it is a full-time job. And so you are, you know, the spokesperson in the face of not only the Miss Kansas organization, you are a representative for the Miss America organization. And also, you know, you have your own social impact initiative, whatever sort of community philanthropic initiative that you're passionate about, that's important to you, that you want to make an impact on. So for me, it was domestic violence prevention. And from that, through that process, I ended up becoming the spokesperson for the Kansas State Coalition Against Sexual and Domestic Violence. I was also a representative for the Kansas Children's Service League. I did a speaking tour where I traveled around the state of Kansas and spoke to most of the schools in the state. So, you know, I was speaking to everything from kindergartners through college age students, as well as at various business conferences and whatnot. So it's really an incredible opportunity because you're learning, you know, you might be your own booking agent, your own speechwriter, your own PR person, your own, you know, having to go out and do business development and build sponsorships. So it's actually a phenomenal training ground for whatever career you decide to pursue.
Yeah. And not to mention, it probably really trains you not to have so much stage fright because you're having to go speak at all these different places. And so I think that's cool. It's because it stretched you and it grew you. And now you're here doing what you're doing with Defy. So what transitioned from pageantry? What happened after that that ultimately led you out to Southern California to be in that world? So what were kind of the little segues there?
Sure. Well, I competed at Miss America. I was in the top 10 at Miss America. And so I came out of my year as Miss Kansas with a significant amount of, I won about $25,000 in scholarships through the
Oh,
process.
wow. Okay.
And I'd already graduated college. And so I was talking to various mentors as I was both completing, coming towards the end of my year as Miss Kansas, trying to figure out what I was going to do next. I still wanted to pursue a career in entertainment.
Yeah.
And one of my mentors encouraged me to look at getting my MBA, which I had never even thought about. And so I started looking around at schools, kind of exploring the concept, and went out to visit. I knew I was either going to LA, Nashville, or New York. Like that was, that's where the heart of the entertainment industry
it's really true. I'm literally boarding a flight tonight to Nashville, so I get it. It's
perfect.
Literally the best city.
I love
it. Yes. Okay, so you had those 3 states, and then you decided school.
I interviewed at Pepperdine University and absolutely fell in love. And so it was actually there. I viewed a couple different schools, but that was the only one I applied to because I decided if I was supposed to get my MBA, I was supposed to go to Pepperdine. And so I ended up getting into their program. And so right after my year as Miss Kansas, I moved out to Los Angeles and studied at Pepperdine, completed my MBA in 2007, and then launched my career in sports entertainment and sort of fast forward to today, somehow I'm running a CBD and consumer packaged goods company. So it's an incredible journey.
Do you ever want to go back into the sports entertainment world, or are you good with more going down this route with entrepreneurship?
I've always been entrepreneurial focused. So while I was with a previous venture that was also a startup, I was also in a 12-piece band living in Los Angeles.
Do you ever sleep? Holy smokes. That's awesome.
Well, that was in my 20s, so I had plenty of energy.
It's a little different.
I was gigging 42 weekends a year. And it was big band, like full horn section, 5-part harmonies, choreography, all of that kind of stuff. And I did that for 5 years. So that was an incredible experience, but ultimately I had to make a decision, and entrepreneurship has always been, I think, I ended up being an entrepreneurship major in college. So it's always been a passion of mine and really my opportunity to create something. I still sing. I sing all over the house. I'm just not doing that professionally at this time.
At this time, because you never know, it could circle back around, because nothing is ever wasted, and it's cool, like, to be able to have just different passions and then see them in each season of your life kind of take on a different shape. And so I think that's cool because your gifts and the things that you're good at are being used right now with this company and with the connections that you're making. What are some of the things that you guys do at Defy that kind of maybe check all the boxes for you? Do you guys go to different sports teams and promote this? So like, what does that look like and how fun is that for you?
Well, philanthropy has always been really a core component of who I am. I went to a Catholic school when I was a kid, and they really instilled servant leadership and service as an important kind of value system since I was little. And so that's part of why I fell in love with the Miss America program. I served for years in that regard. And so that is also a really important component of Defy and who we are and what our culture is giving back to our communities. And so we are a Black-owned, woman-owned, and veteran-owned company. And from that, we feel really passionately about giving back to those communities that we represent and making sure that we're, at the forefront of helping to push for diversity representation, diversity on shelves. And so we do a lot of give back, which I think really feeds my soul. We have tied a couple different components. One of the things we have coming up that's actually next week is we partnered up with the Boys and Girls Club here in Denver. It's the Denver Broncos sponsored one. And we're doing a whole give back with them. So we're adopting a couple families, giving them gift certificates from some of our retail partners that we work with, helping with a toy drive. And also giving them Defy goodie bags so that we can help make their Christmases special.
Oh, I love that. I think that's so cool, too, like what you're saying with the diversity component of your company is like really just kind of being like all things to all people. And, you never know what people are going through or what their story is or what they struggle with or what boxes they feel like they check, what boxes they feel like they don't check. And so the fact that you guys have that and you're implementing that not only with your products and putting them on the shelf, but who you guys are behind the scenes, I think is super amazing. And you said also veteran owned. So
Yes.
you have I was reading up on the website you guys have, it's Defy Nation. So tell us a little bit about that and some of the things that you guys do for the veteran community.
So the veteran on our team and our founder group is a gentleman named Eric Frohart. He is truly Captain America in my mind. He was a Navy SEAL for 12 years. And he was SEAL Team 6 Dev Group for about half of that time. And so this guy has the most incredible perseverance and mentality. Nothing ruffles him. And if you need a mission accomplished, he is your chief executor. He will get anything done. And so he's our chief operations officer and has just been such an inspiration to me and to our entire team. So that's kind of where the veteran component comes in. On top of that, Terrell Davis obviously was known for the Mile High Salute. He created the Mile High Salute when he was playing for the Broncos. And so, and several members of my family have served in the military. So the veteran support has really always been important to us. And so we launched Defy Nation, which is really that community of people who have that defiant mentality to come together and create a community that is supporting each other and also supporting veterans. So we work with disabled American veterans. And a portion of the proceeds from every bottle of our water sold goes to disabled American veterans. We've also done a lot of work with Team Red, White, and Blue and Team Rubicon, which are other veterans organizations. So it's just an opportunity for us to, serve and give a small thank you to people that have really sacrificed everything for us.
Yeah, I love that. I love that the three things that you listed: Black owned, women owned, and veteran owned, things that could be portrayed as polarizing. You guys have decided to come together and create such a special heartbeat behind what you guys do. And I'm just super encouraged that there's companies out there like that and that I get to cross paths with you guys.
We're going to take a quick break to discuss Write It Down's brand new website. You can head over to widpod.com, widpod.com, and see all the goods. You'll notice a banner at the top of the page that says Learn More. If you click that link, it'll show you how you can support Write It Down. P.S. My favorite part about the website is the Wid Wall, which is a collection of all the Write It Downs from the show. This podcast is made possible by the 1513 Network, so show the network some love and support by listening to their other shows. If not, just stick with Write It Down, because I'm the coolest, the realest, the illest. Now, back to the show.
So what do you guys see in the future with Defy? You guys have an immunity boost line. You guys have the CBD line. So what are some of the other things that you're allowed to share with us that you guys have kind of cooking for Defy and the new product lines?
Sure. So you mentioned Defy Boost. I actually have it right here with me. This is my lifeblood throughout the day. So
I love it.
It's really your pre-activity, lightly caffeinated workout drink. Plus immunity. And I drink that throughout the day. It's replaced coffee for me in the morning now.
Okay.
And it's a great mid-afternoon pick me up. So we really created a system to really meet the active consumer's need throughout the day. It's not, to your point, it's not just for professional athletes like Terrell Davis or even collegiate athletes. It's also for just the active consumer who's focused on health and wellness. We wanted to create products that are better for you than pretty much what's available right now on the shelves. So all of our products have zero added sugar. They have no artificial ingredients, no artificial dyes. It's all plant-based ingredients, and really only 15 to 20 calories per drink as well.
Okay.
So it's really, that's been a core component of ours. So you start your day with Defy Boost. You hydrate throughout the day with our ionized alkaline water, and then you recover at the end of the day with our Defy CBD recovery products. We've got some more stuff, cooking in the pipeline right now that'll be coming out in 2023. I'm really excited to launch powders of some of our most popular products, because for me, as somebody who travels, I like to be able to have something that I can easily take with me on the road. So I think that's going to resonate with a lot of people. We've gotten a lot of requests for that.
Yeah, I love that. I also like how you said with your boost, it's, lightly caffeinated, because I've done pre-workout before where I literally feel like I'm going, I could run 12 marathons in a day and I'm so hyper. So I have to check y'all's boost out. One thing that I would say selfishly that would be cool to see is I just ran the Chicago Marathon, and we have to take chews to replenish our sugar throughout our running. And those running expos are absolutely insane. I mean, they're packed with different tables and different things. So it'd be cool. I don't know if you guys already do that or you're in expos for running, but the running world is ginormous. I found that out this year. And I was taking, not to throw shade at Gatorade, but I was taking the Gatorade chews, and they gave me a horrible stomach ache. And I've heard that from some other people, and you need sugar to replenish, but it could just be too much. And people have to kind of find their balance with those things. But when I saw y'all's company, I'm like, oh my gosh, if they had chews or gels, oh my gosh, that would probably pop off in the running community. So that's my one request one day.
Awesome.
If it counts for anything. But I am super excited to try y'all's products and to just get the word out there about it, because it is really cool what you guys are doing behind the scenes and then what you guys are putting out on the shelves. How would you describe the culture of Defy? How many people work alongside of you guys? What's company culture like for Defy?
Sure. Well, I'm going to get to that. But before I do, I love that you're a runner. I'm definitely going to pick your brain on this, because I agree. I think I'm not a runner myself, but I know that runners are diehard.
Yes.
So we have an amazing CBD recovery balm that's like a menthol muscle balm that you should definitely try.
Yeah, I will definitely order that. I will definitely order that, because my friend and I set out to go run this marathon. It's one of the major marathons. And this guy sitting next to me on the plane has run 170 marathons in his life.
Wow.
He's like in his 60s, and then come to find out, he was there with a friend, and that friend literally just came from the London Marathon, and the community of
that's incredible.
Of these people. I mean, I knew when CrossFit was like getting huge and it was popping off in like 2009. That community was like, whoa, where did this come from? And then you started seeing all these brands and products, birth from it. And the running community, I think, has always been there, but I never really indulged. And so it is.
Was this your first marathon?
It was my first full. Yeah, I've done a couple halves, and thank you. And I was just super encouraged about how many people take this serious, and how much you have to train your body and fuel your body correctly. Like that is something I've never really, they don't educate you on that in school, unless you're going to college to be an athlete or you're a professional athlete. So there's the rest of us, kind of couch to fitness people, that we need to be educated. And so I think that's also what's cool about Defy, is that you guys are using, CBD, but you're educating people on what it could do for them. And, you're using, lower sugars or natural ingredients to help educate. And so again, it is really cool, just kind of the philanthropy behind your business, but also what you guys are putting into it. So yeah, I definitely I could chat with you for hours about running and fitness and all that stuff.
I would love that.
But yeah, okay. So company culture, how many employees do you guys have? Are you guys all over now, or is it just in Denver? What does that look like?
So company culture is very much about that Defy Nation mentality. When you talk about Trill Davis, you talk about Eric Frohart, myself, and also Bo Worley, our other founder. We are all people who have really defied the odds, defied challenges, defied stereotypes, defied statistics throughout various things in our life and our careers and experiences. And so we try to really strongly create that mentality and that culture in everything we do here at Defy, because for us, it's about whatever the circumstances, whatever the odds, you can defy them. You can write your own story. You don't have to listen to what other people say or what the circumstances are that are stacked against you. So defying the odds is really all about who we are. It's kind of that Tom Brady, always have a chip on your shoulder, always have something to prove. Don't ever listen to the haters kind of thing. So that's the culture of the company. It's also obviously very diverse. And we've extended those diversity practices in all of our hiring and, what we really kind of throughout what we try to do here. How many people? There's about 12 people in the company. And our products are nationwide now. It's been a crazy journey. We launched in May of 2019, only on e-commerce. And then of course, about 8-10 months later, pandemic hit. So that was certainly an adventure.
I'm sure an adventure, and also had to be somewhat unsettling. I mean, it was unsettling for everyone personally for COVID to come, but a lot of people, I know of some friends that opened a restaurant during that time, and that was,
oh my gosh,
so scary to, to have this vision and things fall into place and then everything shut down. But yeah,
completely outside of your control. Yeah,
literally.
Well, we were supposed to be going on shelves in a number of significant retailers in 2020. And then all of that got pushed back a year, essentially. So we actually finally got distribution on shelf and retail in 2021. And it's crazy. We closed out 2021 in about 3,000 stores. And in 2022, by July of 2022, we were in 10,000 stores. So
wow. Yeah.
It's been, this year has been like a extended sprint marathon.
Yeah, I
bet. So it's been interesting. It's been really exciting. Our products are nationwide. We are in about 1,000 Kroger stores, pretty much from like Colorado South and West. We're in all of Albertsons, Safeway. We're in Publix. We're in Winn-Dixie. We're in Circle K.
Hey, Publix.
Gosh, right? I
most
know you're in
people
Florida.
Yeah, most people, I didn't know probably like till I was like 18 that Publix wasn't nationwide. Like I traveled somewhere and I was like, y'all don't know what Publix is? And it's like, I guess I just hadn't traveled that much like within the States to know that everybody has their own, you know, like Ralph's is out west and there's like Harris Teeter. I had no idea. So I'm glad you're in Publix and Winn-Dixie. I love to hear it. So 10,000 stores as of July of this year.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So really our focus now is like, we've built this engine, we've built this distribution footprint, which is so hard to do. I mean, it often takes brands 5 to 10 years to achieve that level of distribution. So our focus now heading into 2023 is really just about putting the fuel behind the fire of driving velocity in those stores and so now that we're available for consumers in those markets, it's about marketing and letting consumers know that we are there and why we're relevant.
Yeah, I love that. And then for this new year with the distribution, all those things, are you guys going to open up more distribution centers, or do you guys have enough bandwidth where you're at? What does that look like as far as kind of the background of distribution?
So we have warehouses in various parts of the country, and then we work with terrific co-packers across the country as well. I don't think we're going to be opening any new distribution centers in 2023. We're really focused on sort of going deeper instead of going, you know, a mile wide and each inch deep. We're really focused on going a mile deep in our core markets. Yeah. So that's really the focus for 2023 and beyond.
I love that. And I'm excited.
But of course, all of our products are available on
online
commerce, and 2 of our product lines are available on Amazon too. So we're still available nationwide.
Okay. Well, I'm so looking forward to the powders, like you were saying too, for travel purposes. I'm looking forward to maybe choose one day or some goo so that I can tell all the runners that I've met. But no, I'm super excited to partake in Defy and to get more involved in the culture as a consumer and to tell everybody about it and just tell everybody about you because you are wonderful. And I think that you're an inspiration. And I think if any young woman is watching this right now and looking at you and you defied the odds in certain things in your life, and your dreams were important to you and you've gotten to check a lot of the boxes with that. So it's really cool that it might have not looked exactly like you thought it would, but
sure.
But it has taken some twists and turns that have been delightful along the way and have landed you into this position to be able to speak out not only on Defy, but on what Defy believes in. And so that's really cool that you're able to exercise those gifts that you've been given. I do want to ask you a few rapid fire questions before we get to our write it down, because I'm excited to hear you write it down. Okay. First one is, would you rather go without food for 10 days or go without sleep for 5 days?
I'd rather go without food.
Yeah, I don't think I could function.
I love sleep.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that because I'm like, you know, I don't really know what my answer would be as I'm thinking about thinking through this. And I'm a foodie, but I'm also an utter disaster if I don't sleep. So
exactly.
Good call. Do you think that every room in the house needs a candle or every room in the house needs a rug? What's like something that you
candle for sure. I'm obsessed with candles.
What's your favorite?
I have like a shipment of 10 candles coming right now. So.
Yes, 'tis the season. Everywhere I go, I was at TJ Maxx the other day, and you know those caps or those aisles that like make you purchase more when you already have the stuff you need. I saw this beautiful candle and I'm like, you know who needs that? Me. I know it's Christmas, but you know who needs it? Me. Okay. What is your favorite thing to do after you work out?
After I work out, I usually drink a Defy Recover and make myself a protein shake.
Okay. I like it.
So got to take care of myself. Otherwise I won't be able to work out the next day because I'll be too sore.
It's too sore. Exactly. Yeah. I think I'm like on the cusp of like, I'm young enough to where I don't need to like, I still should, but like, I don't need to like stretch and I won't wake up. But I'm starting to get to that point where I'm like, you should stretch or go in the sauna after you work out.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
Yeah.
Hot tub.
Yes.
As well.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Last one. What is your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh my gosh. There's so many great ones, but I'm super excited to watch Elf this coming week. I mean, Elf is right up there. Who doesn't love Will Ferrell? It's
I know.
Amazing.
I absolutely love Elf. The other movie that just came out, Spirited. I don't know if you've seen that.
So amazing. I watched it like 3 times already, and I'm probably going to watch it again next week with the kids.
Yes, I love it so much. And what I like about it, I was talking to a friend the other day, and she's like, I'm so in love with Christmas movies, but my husband's like on the fence about it. I'm like, watch Spirited because it's got enough Christmas, but it also has like enough humor and like, I don't know, storyline to just make you go, oh, that's kind of like rom-com-y, but not, but musical, but not. So it's a really, really good one. Well, Megan,
an amazing cast. Yeah.
Great cast. Ryan Reynolds, anytime he's in a movie,
can't go wrong.
You cannot go wrong. Those personalities together are amazing. We are getting to that point of show where I ask each guest to give the audience something to write down. So Megan, Bushell, what is your write it down?
All right. My write it down is just don't quit. Just do it. Actually, both are the same. If you look at them like on a poster, just don't quit and just do it. You just block out the NT and the QI and you've got the same phrase. And I think that's so important because one who has goals and dreams will fail along the way. Failure is inevitable. But those who succeed are those who just keep going. They don't quit and they have that perseverance.
It's so true. And Megan, you have done that in your life and you've partnered with people who have done that in their life. And you are who you hang out with. And so it's really cool that you guys are creating this community with Defy and bringing alongside like-minded people to feel the same way. So I absolutely love your write it down. Megan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. This was so great.
Absolutely.
Thank you for listening to the Write It Down podcast. This podcast is a part of the 1513 network. You can catch a variety of shows on their website, 1513.com. If you enjoy listening to Write It Down, please subscribe, share with your friends, and if there's any ink left in your pen, write a review. For more content, follow the fun on Instagram by following at WIDPOD. That spells WIDPod. It's super cool. Stands for Write It Down Podcast, but it's abbreviated to WIDPod. Anyways, thanks for listening, and we will catch you later.